In tonight's Common Ground segment, we look at bipartisan efforts to determine whether the U.S. is ready to take on China on a number of fronts: fentanyl, across the economic front, and in possibly a potential war in the Indo-Pacific. Joining us tonight are Michigan Republican Congressman John Moolenaar, chairman of the House Select Committee on China, and Illinois Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi, the top Democrat on that panel. Mr. Chairman, I want to talk first about this possibility of war. Obviously, we want to do, as a country, everything to avoid that. But you all did basically a test, a run-through, a war game simulation in which Chinese forces essentially won. How did that go?
What we learned in a protracted war, our defense industrial base does not have the resources it needs to win that war. It's stretched thin with different regional conflicts around the world, and we need to make sure we shore up so that we can win a war if it were ever necessary.
Congressman Krishnamoorthi, I assume you agree. Some of the results and recommendations are the Chinese forces makes this successful landing. The U.S.-Taiwan forces exhausted available missiles and ammunition within days in the simulation. Bold and aggressive steps are needed to take and rebuild U.S. defense industrial base and boost production capability and capacity to deter war. It seems like the deadline for that is rapidly approaching.
Right now, our defense industrial base is in such disrepair that it shows weakness and that it invites aggression. Just as one example, in the shipbuilding arena, for every one ocean-going vessel that we can produce, China can produce 359 in one single year. And unfortunately, we have gaps with regard to long-range anti-ship missiles, and we also have gaps in terms of manpower to actually fill the vacancies in our defense industrial base to produce the stuff that we need to deter aggression.